everybody, welcome back. In the last episode I said that it'll be my last Isaac episode recorded that day. Drank a glass of water and I was like, we won and it wasn't bad, but I can't end on that kind of like down note, you know? The run never gave us what we needed to pop off, but it was competent. Let's blow it out with a bang here. ZRD1HNMX. The tiers downgrade, which is actually like pretty horrible. Oh my, Ruka, are you okay? Hey, and then a tiers upgrade, which is a lot better, even at the cost of our own damage. Sign me up. Pacifist room. Also a speed upgrade as well. So I love this right out of the gate. Let's take a look at what we got. 3 items because we did get Eden's Blessing. Did we? We must have, right? Like, no, we didn't. You have an extra item because of the fact that you went to the item room right off the bat. That's correct. Don't waste your bomb on that. It's an IAA violation. You're better off using your bombs to get to a tinted rock, like this one, for example, and completely compromising your ability to dodge, but that's okay. Honestly, the way this run looks right now, I got a level with you. 2.66 damage is horrible. But what we've been dealing with lately is a lot of, you got 2.66 damage and your rate of fire is like 15, which is where we were. Well, our damage was a little bit better, but I digress. A little earlier in this run. Now we're looking at, okay, your damage is 2.66, but your rate of fire is 6. A lot of room to grow there. Apparently, I got another comment that said I was missing 3 secrets. Not just the secret for playing the 3 Skull Monty. Evidently. Not a secret room? I'm gonna go back and try to get to... Oh, no, we're out of bombs. That's right, we used 1, and then we got 1 back from the judgment we blew up. But yeah, so we're missing 2 other secrets beyond that one, perhaps. I'm assuming 1 is a full bestiary. I don't know about the other one. Those are rough approximations of numbers, by the way. Not completely sure it's 3. It could have been 2. I don't think it was 4. Anyway, this run's killing it so far. 1 nice damage upgrade. I mean, I'm the Guppy's Paw. Happy to see it. Last time we became Guppy was basically like a fluke transformation with the D100 when we had 2 items already under control, so... I'll get you in a second. To have an inside track to an early Guppy transformation, it's like being the son or the daughter of a Vanderbilt or something like that. I was just trying to think of an old money family name, and the first one that came to mind was Vanderbilt. Who else? Carnegie. Which I recently learned is the correct pronunciation. Rockefeller. What do you... How long do you think wealth like that sticks in a family? Because, like, the Rockefellers were fabulously wealthy. Like, I think adjusted for inflation... You know when you adjust things from the past for inflation, it always comes out like, you know, Gone with the Wind, adjusted for inflation, made $132 trillion. You're like, what, really? I guess. I don't know if it's a valid statistic, but it's like they owned, like, you know, 20% of American wealth at one point in their family's existence or something like that. Definitely, next generation, if you're the son of the Rockefeller patriarch, the one who built the business, you're set. Grandson, set. Great-grandson, set. Great-great-grandson, set. Great-great-great-grandson? I don't know. If enough generations before you made some foolhardy mistakes in investments, could you find yourself toasted, or are there still like, are they still living off the proceeds? Or there's still situations where they're like, yeah, I just spend all day on the yacht, because the money just kind of takes care of itself unless the Dow Jones plunges 700 points in a single day, which hasn't happened since, wait, today's April 5th. Wait, today's April 6th. If it was actually April 5th, that would have been prognostication, which, you know, my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers song, but still. Psychic boys from Canada, hotel of devastation. Ethan Hawke had a pretty decent movie a couple of years ago called Predestination. You might be able to find it on your favorite TV station. Because, I mean, it did come out a couple of years. I watched it on an airplane a couple of years ago, so it's definitely in that TV radius now. This run is already killing it. I'm so excited to see what we get. Dude, I love it already. First off, you might be saying take Gimpy before you play this Demon Judgment, and maybe you'll get some Spirit Hearts in return. You could have been right, but I'm going to take it either way. And we're also going to take Necronomicon, which has already given us Bookworm because we were lucky enough to start with the book, and like this is really good. No Guppy progress and no damage ups, although Bookworm sort of counts. I'll allow it to count at least, but dude, after a run in which it took us like 34 minutes to get to the mom fight, I'm over the moon. We got everything we need on this run. Like, Satanic Bible is just fine. I mean, it's better than just fine. It's like a literal 8.5, 9 out of 10 quality item. And the only reason it's not a 10 is because there's a couple of spacebar items in the game that are just like instant wins. Like Mega is a 10, more or less. Mega is like, it charges half as fast as the Necronomicon, and it kills like 3 times as many rubes. And even the Necronomicon, although it's been my punching bag for a while, is not that bad. Dude, look at that. Rate of fire, like an exotic fish's, is getting freaking ridiculous. I'm glad we did one more run today. I mean, it definitely was not just because I needed to kill like another 45 minutes before the Slay the Spire daily rolled over. That didn't factor into my decision at all, I promise you. It was because I didn't want to end it on a sour note, you know? It's one of the most common pieces of marriage advice. Never go to bed angry. Because, you know, if you go to bed angry, you're liable to, I guess, roll your grievances into a second day. Whereas if you tackle it the night before, you sleep on it, you wake up, emotions have cooled, and everyone is in a better situation. First time I ever heard the advice, don't go to bed angry, Elliot on Just Shoot Me. Remember that show? He was about to ask Maya to marry him. He bought flowers for their reconciliation, and then there was a blind flower shop owner who was giving him some advice, but he didn't even notice Elliot, after he bought the flowers, he crossed the street and he got hit by a car, ended up in the hospital. And then I don't remember, I mean, this is kind of like when the season started to get a little, you know, not... there were so many sitcoms in that era, you know, like, most of them were not particularly strong. Just Shoot Me is an okay show, you know. Who's that stand-up comedian? The one from, original comedian? Brian Posehn, that's it. I don't think that's how you say Brian Posehn. But, you know what, it's spelled in a way that I can't pronounce it. You get the idea. Whoa. Who was on that? Corey is playing a fighting game? Really? I didn't realize that we were dealing with a professional gamer in twitch.tv/FlackBlag. Playing some Dragon Ball Fighter Z. All I can say is from one bald bro to another, you know your team. You gotta be Tien, Nappa, and Krillin. If you're a bald bro and you don't rep the bald trinity, get out of my face. I might get the game just to beat you down with my bald brethren. You could also be that weird baby that Tien hangs out with that sacrifices itself at times. I don't know if that's a spoiler. The friggin' show aired originally in like 1988 or something. I know it's got enduring popularity. I'm not trying to like willfully spoil it, but at some point, you know, media properties of a certain size slip into like public discourse. You know, we can talk about the ending to The Sixth Sense now as a punchline for a joke or as a metaphor of some sort, a touchstone, without it being a spoiler. It's not like you should have seen it by now, but if you'll allow me to be slightly callous, if you haven't made the effort to see The Sixth Sense by now, you'll forgive me when I say I don't think you were really going to put it on your calendar anytime soon. You know, you had your chance already, is what I'm trying to get across here. This is the most excited I've been about a run with under 3 damage since the last time I said that, which was like 3 runs ago. This is good stuff. Humbling Bundle's also great. I love it. I'm happy to see it. Cambion Conception is not that useful, but it's not poor. And oh my god, we're like winning every unexpected deal with the devil chance you could ever expect. And yet, look at that. I was still IAA compliant there. Did you notice that? I chose not to take the red heart on the way in because we could have had a 2-heart deal and then we would have just wasted that HP upgrade for nothing. Who says you can't have a little zane in your play and not be IAA compliant, you know? You think I want to get sanctioned for that? I'm ISO 9001 certified, and I take that very seriously. I use the day-month format, okay? That's not true. Here we go. I don't use day-month, I use month-day. And you know, as much as I would love to hit you with a... Because Europeans, they're always like, it's not... Oh, you said it's 8-9, actually it's 9-8 over here, you silly Americans. And I'm like, doesn't matter. It's just, I love this, you know, over here we do say it's April 4th. You know, it's rare. I guess it doesn't matter. 4-4 is like one of the worst days you could choose because it's the same in either direction there. But, you know, much more likely to say it's October 12th. Of course I'm going to go for it. Against my better judgment. It's much more common to say it's October 12th here than it is to say it's the 12th of October. You might feel differently. Oh my god, one second, my arm is so itchy. Ruka, why is the arm so itchy? He is asleep. He did not respond at all to his name being called. 2 of hearts. I'm still, like, completely okay with this run. I think we probably made it worse, but I respect the Zane, you know? You live by the Zane, you die by the Zane, or you stay pretty much in exactly the same position as a result of the Zane. But I don't think that's a good argument, and I'm going to tell you why I think that's not a good argument. Because I always have to bring this back to the Canada versus America discussion. We use Celsius for weather temperature, they use Fahrenheit. One thing I've seen a lot of Americans do, is a very popular opinion, and it might not be wrong, but I'm going to air my grievances with it, okay? Is, well, Celsius is better for a lot of things, and grams are probably better than ounces, but Fahrenheit is better than Celsius for the weather, because, you know, the difference between 32 and 31 degrees Celsius is a ton, whereas I could maybe have that just be illustrated. Basically, the idea is that Fahrenheit gives you, you know, more significant figures. You know, the fact that Fahrenheit goes up to triple digits and also has a scale that runs essentially from, like, negative whatever to over 100 means, you know, if it's 40 today versus 50, you know what that means. Whereas if it's, you know, 26 versus 30, you don't know what that means. And I just want to, whenever I see that, maybe I'm misinterpreting the argument, but I'm like, you'd know what it meant if you grew up with Celsius. I'm not saying Celsius is better for weather. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to know. I don't work in agriculture, or, you know, I don't go to the beach on the regular. I don't need to know if it's going to be 25 or 20 or 30, all right? I think that, for me personally, the weather report, most important thing, do I need an umbrella tomorrow? Second most important thing, is it going to be cold, cool, hot, warm, or normal? You know, if you just want to give me 5 temperatures, I'm fine by that. I don't need a 100-degree scale. Maybe some people do. I don't need a 40-degree scale. I need like 6 data points. That's it. I don't even need to know the temperature to a great extent. If I'm planning to do something outside, I could see how that would be relevant. That's tempting. But, nah, let's go a little deeper. For the most part, I just, you know, use my brain, and I know this sounds a little superior, and I apologize for it, but what can I say? You know, I think to myself, what month is it? And if it's like December through March, there's no, even though I live in a not even fairly, I live in like Canada's most livable city from a climate standpoint. December through March, put on a heavy coat. March through May, light jacket. June through August, no jacket. September, maybe start busting out the light jacket. Until December when you put the heavy jacket back on. You know, it's an easy sort of way to live my life. But I understand that that's overly reductive. I'm just saying, I don't understand the argument to a great extent. Oh, these are pretty close, honestly. If we get a spacebar, then we might prefer vibrant bulb. But I wouldn't necessarily argue that Celsius is better than Fahrenheit for weather. I think it's better than Fahrenheit for weather because we use Celsius for everything else. It feels weird to me to have just one temperature setting that we use exclusively for weather, and then everything else has something else. I think it creates a situation. We should have taken Book of Belial, I suppose, there. Oh well. We might be able to go back. It's still open, right? Is it open because we have Goat Head? Yes, it is. Let's go back and get Book of Belial so we can take advantage of Vibrant Bulb. And then C. So we have 5 rate of fire. Dropping it takes us to 8, I believe. We get back to 6 with a fairly modest boost in every other category. I think I'm for it. I definitely, and I'm not gonna, you know, smarter people than myself have argued for and against this issue. You should move to grams. It's just stupid, okay? The number of times I've had to Google, like, how many ounces are in a, you know, a foot, and how many pounds are in an inch, you know. Yes, it's a cell phone. Congratulations, you figured it out. It's out of control. It's very simple in the metric system. And that's what, it's really like, if you read a recipe, well, a recipe's not a great example, but if you use a recipe and it says, oh, there's a kilogram of beef in this recipe. Let's say you're making a huge brisket, you're smoking it or something like that. I don't know. After July 2018, that's really between you and the government, as far as I'm concerned. Pop alges and then get in there, dude. You say, oh, how many kilograms, or how many grams is a kilogram? You can figure that out. And then you can figure it out so easily. How many meters are in a kilometer, you know? The ounce thing, I fail to understand. That's my only hypothesis there. It's an antiquated system. Just get with the program, okay? It would make it a lot easier to be there. Just hate being on the internet. The recipe is like add 12 ounces of tomatoes. I have no idea what that means. You couldn't just say 2 tomatoes. You gotta put it in, you know, some kind of runic speak I don't even understand. We must have tarot. I mean, we literally just got tarot cloth. Yes, we do have tarot cloth. So Algiz is doing amazing work for you here. This is getting a little silly. The run, incredible, by the way. Would it kill you to pay out? There we go. Just in time to lead us to taking some Spirit Heart damage, but still. Luck ups, please. Luck ups. Not a good move. Or is it? Virgo? Must have Virgo, yep. It's like I don't even look at the sidebar until I see what's happening on the screen, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it turns out we do have that. No second Virgo. What do you guys got for me? Because, like, I might as well just, you know, go for broke to some extent here. Certainly it's worked out relatively well so far. Another health up. Gulp. I forgot what we had as our trinket. It's Vibrant Bulb, right? So we can go back and take the cancer item and be pretty pleased with where we're at, I think. Like, our stats are going to be out of control here. We're going to ruin our chance of getting to boss rush, but you know what? Fun run nonetheless. And ain't that what it's all about? Answer, most of the time, yes. Okay, we don't want, what do we have here? Hanged Man? No, we'll take the moon. We don't want... IV bag. We want to keep Book of Belial. Could always use a little push for that. Grab this. How much does this help? An extra 2. It's pretty good. And then we can actually come back in here and we might as well grab Headless Baby at this point. I'm totally wrong, by the way. We probably will make boss rush. I've been conditioned to think that this run is kind of like trashed here. Not this run being trashed here, but that our run, if we ever slow down, we have no chance to make it to boss rush these days. But that's not the case. This run started so strong that we're like substantially ahead of the curve. I have been doing these runs lately, and I'm like, how did I ever come to the conclusion that boss rush is like a thing that you can do on an average run? Have I gotten that much worse at Isaac from playing less? The answer might genuinely be yes. I love these single enemy rooms where we have a chance to make Death's List actually work. You can do something there, but let's be real. We're stomping out of control here. Hear me out here. This is not like I don't necessarily want the game to be made easier, but I think it would be cool if there was a progressive bookworm transformation that led to you getting more and more eyes. I will definitely play you. Like 3 books gives you bookworm, and then 4 books gives you like the chance for triple shot. 5 books gives you the chance for quad shot. Just a very minor change that I think would be kind of interesting. So not only are we gonna make it the boss rush, we made it with like actually absolutely no problem whatsoever. We're gonna be 2 minutes ahead of schedule. We've only been on the floor for like a minute and a half. Easy money. Now with Goat Head, we're just going out of control. We are guppy level. Oh my lord. Thank you for blessing me with a DPS and the... And I'm guppy. You know, it's sort of weird. You Can't Touch This? You ever hear that song? All-time gangster rap classic. Can't Touch This? From Mick Hammer. Okay, we've gulped... Book of Belial doesn't stack, by the way, so we're better off storing Vibrant Bulb's charge, but we've gulped 2 amazing trinkets so far. Vibrant Bulb, which actually might give us more of an advantage by just holding on to our our Book of Belial charge than by using it, at least on a room in which we don't expect to get multiple charges. Like, on this room, we're going to get multiple charges, so it's worth getting the setup cost tackled, but on most rooms, not worth it. We intended to use our moon card to get out of here, but like things became so easy that it just seemed like unnecessary. I don't think we should pop power pills. I think we lose, or we lose out on dealing more damage to enemies by doing so. So we could always leave, but we've already been to our shop and we've already been to our item room, so I really think we just moon card on the womb. Just to speed things up a little bit, because we're not really looking for anything else here. Now, if we lose this run after winning the last run, it'll be a great moment of personal shame. But this is exactly the run that I wanted to see. I mean, it's always the exact run you want to see. Early-ish guppy transformation, you know, a full run reroll that keeps your... Oh my god, I didn't even realize we have a theme. Keeps your run quality strong while also fulfilling a little Zane potential. All we need now is, like, Fishtail. We should actually hold Gulp. Ouija board is just okay, but it would be useful in some of these situations. Alright, let's get out of here. We're holding Gulp because our trinkets probably make up, like, you know, 20% of why our run is awesome right now. Okay. Curse of I Can't See That Well. The Curse of the Bad Shader, submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. Power Pill? Power Pill, I'm sorry to tell you, our run is so good that you are a bad pill. And I don't mean that to be insulting. Like the Pink song, you know? Instead of making me better, you're making me ill. And I'm like, Pink, what kind of pills are you taking? You know, when I take an aspirin, balls of steel, doesn't bother me that much. Usually gets the job done. I mean, I'm not trying to say that you can't overdose on acetaminophen or, you know... I was gonna say acetylsalicylic acid, but I'm pretty sure that's a skincare treatment. Either way, okay, the thing is... it just gets the job done, okay? It's super weird watching Buzzer, that game show channel on Twitch, and you'd think from the number of anecdotes that it makes up that I spend like 2 hours a day watching this. I spend like 2 minutes a week watching it. Whenever they have to tell the truth from like the year 1910 on there, they do like a live sponsored ad reading for Bufferin headache removal. It's a trip, dude. First off, is this a sponsored show? Secondly, what the heck happened to Bufferin? Did it become the Tylenol Corporation? You know, this is something I'd like to know. Bufferin. Bufferin. It still exists? Oh, Bufferin is no longer being manufactured for sale in Canada. For brands that may still be available, search under acetylsalicylic acid. Is there a Bufferin Wikipedia, please? I want to read more about what happened to this brand. It's gone. It's been scrubbed from the internet. It existed in a pre-Wikipedia age. I mean, so did, like, Alexander the Great, but he's got a Wikipedia article. Probably. I haven't looked it up, probably since the 2004 movie. Oh, you didn't see the 2004 movie? It was Man Sneezes. Filmed in 4 frames per second. Dolby Digital D-Box. Guppy. Abel. It's almost as good as Guppy. Wait, I'm already Guppy. Don't sweat it. See, this is, a run gets so good sometimes you can start to take it for granted. You'll be like, you know what would make this run really good? An item that we definitely already have and love. So we're on Utero 2. To be honest with you, I know I said no Delirium. I gave up Delirium for Lent because I'm such a nice guy. I could be persuaded to do the Hush fight, though. I think when you got a situation like this, the Hush fight is a situation where the juice is worth the squeeze. Just keeps getting better on the rate of fire front, too. I'm not sure why our fire cap is so good. Normally, like, even with the cancer trinket, I think we'd be stuck at maybe 4, maybe 3, which is where we are right now, so I guess we shouldn't get too excited, but even 3 rate of fire, like, it's closer to soy milk than it is far away from it. Okay. You should be dead, like, immediately. Yeah, we haven't had a run this powerful in, like, a week or so, I think. It feels like it's been that long anyway, so this is reinvigorating. Empty Vessel, love it. Basically free. Shade, no good. My Shadow, almost exactly the same thing. I still think we should fight Hush, and this might be my downfall, admittedly, but come on. You see 3 deal with the devil items, you gotta take them. It's the rules. I don't even know, like... It did give us a rate of fire increase. We already have Bookworm.
2 of diamonds.
We might... Well, let's see what the pill is. Bad gas. We might as well donate. Like, enough donations could give us a luck upgrade, which is not worth much, but it's not like we're doing anything else with our money. At least at the current moment. What are we doing with our money? We're donating it. That's what it all comes down to. Alright, well, you started to test my patience a little bit. Let's just see what we got out here first. I mean, come on. We actually have Dark Prince's Crown activated, which might be why we have a Tears upgrade now that I think about it. This was not smart, but in my head, for some reason, I thought that was Linger Beam, but it's not. Of course. Okay, grabbed... Oh, Bumbo. Dude, Bumbo, get fed. Why did I say it like that? Pheromones, bad gas. Pheromones could be okay, but... Come on, Bumbo. You know what? I hate to do it because I just gave you this money, but if you can feed off this a little bit and get to max level, there we go. I'll take the rest if you don't mind. We might as well, and by might as well, I mean definitely should buy the Spirit Heart. Pop this and be smart. Without Empty Vessel, we're not going to get that invincibility that I was kind of hoping to get and cherish here, but still doing a bang-up job of crushing this dude. I'm a little worried that max level Bumbo is actually going to be more trouble than it's worth, because I think it's going to make the super armor stronger than it otherwise would be. Got a little Virgo invincibility there. That wasn't a regular permanent Polaroid invincibility. And the damage is good. I mean, against rooms, our damage is going to be incredible. Against Hush, it's better than average. Like, probably a lot better than average. Totally worth coming down here. Even if just to get Bumbo, like, to max level. Get him doing some chewing. Get his morale up. This is the kind of temptation where I'm like, dang, dude, maybe I will do Delirium. See, now I've successfully framed Delirium as something I want to do, but I can't because it's bad for me. When what it actually is tedious and annoying most of the time. I'm telling you, I think I talked about it ages ago. There's an easy fix for Delirium. Have Delirium actually give you items substantially more frequently. I know there's like 8 bosses you can fight. Big whoop. You know, it's an optional and super difficult boss down there on the Void, so... Sorry, when I said Delirium, what I mean to say is the Void, but have that floor give you, like, 8 items when you come down to it, or something like that. Something to make it worth the while that you're gonna spend there, and possibly the death that you're gonna have against Delirium anyway, because there's no intrinsic joy in fighting Delirium and getting telefragged for the 15th time. But I'm getting back on my BS again, talking about things about Isaac I don't like instead of focusing on the positives, which are myriad and have allowed me to play the game forever. Look at these dodges, dude. He's switched on, at least until that specific moment. Starting to get mildly concerned. Thank you, Virgo. Thank you, Virgo. Crush him. Crush him before that happens. There we go. We're fine. Sure, I would love to be a little bit better off in an HP context, but you know what? We had a feeling something like this was probably going to happen when you come down this way. It's just the cost of doing business here. That's lists. Ooh, I almost walked right into that one. I don't want to be too controversial, but I'm pretty sure we could win this run. Oh, I mean, that's amazing, but I'm pretty sure we could win the run pretty easily. Maybe pretty easily is a little cocky. I'm pretty sure we could win the run in all likelihood with only the amount of HP that we had just a second ago, but again, let's not tempt fate. But in the back of your head, just keep it in mind, NL was going to say that he had a pretty good chance to beat this run with 1 and 1 HP, 1 red heart, 1 spirit heart. Crunch the numbers once we finish this run. Did we get hit 2 times? If we got hit 2 times, then I was wrong. Remember, you might be saying there's a good reason to use Book of Belial, and you may well be correct. But that's for next floor. It ruins Vibrant Bulb, at least temporarily, and that's why I'm not eager to use it, even if it might be the better option. Not 100% convinced. Yet, anyway. Explosive Diarrhea is useless. 2 of Hearts, equally useless. And look at that. Okay, we're, like, entirely set right now. It's the thing, dude. Hush is, he's a trickster. He makes you think your run's worse than it actually is. When instead, you know, don't you know that you are a shooting star, and the whole world will love you, just as long as you are a shooting star. It's a Northernlion original. Don't even question it. I'm drowsy. Not necessary. Oh, this feels good. We're down here on the chest faster than we got to Mom on the last run. Feeling very good. Popping these Wheel of Fortunes down. 2 of them thanks to Tarot Cloth. And absolutely, as a show of appreciation for the game, I'll hook you up with a little Tiny Planet. I'm not going to take Glass Cannon. That's a little, you're overreaching your bounds there. This is what I was hoping for. Conjoined Tiny Planet is going to lead to one of these classic sort of Isaac synergies we don't see that much anymore. Oh, and Papula Duplex, dude. This is cool. You know, so many synergies have come together in a brief period of time here. We got the homing tears from Eye of Belial. So many tooth shots thanks to Tough Love combined with like 6.14 luck, which is extremely good. Then we had conjoined, so we're shooting so many shots out there. Add in Loki's Horn for like even more shots on the regular. And it's not like it's bad damage, like it's crushing it. So it's a wonderful situation. Dare I suggest, perfect opportunity for Delirium. This is the ideal Delirium run. Oh, dude, Magic Mush. It's actually like too many chests. I can't see. I cannot see. 14 damage and a 4 rate of fire definitely puts this one in a great camp right now. Doesn't it kind of look like... It looks like a platter of cold cuts or something like it. Maybe it's just been a little while since that sushi lunch hit me, but... It looks like a big old plate of salami stretched out in front of us. Or like a macaroon or something like that. Ah, we can't. Mom's knife will ruin it. All I've ever asked for in my life is a Delirium fight here. We got it! I've never been so happy to see Delirium. Now, if we lose, I'm not going to be as happy, and I will probably never fight on the Void again. But for right now, this is an actually great time. Thank you so much. So we're holding Alges, hoping that we fight Delirium early. Dude, sad bombs are going to be disgusting here. But we're hoping we fight Delirium early because doubled Alges allows us to really get in there. You know, it's doubled because of Tarot Cloth, of course. Oh my god, I totally forgot we have scatter bombs on top of our existing bombs, which are also sad bombs, combined with this tiny planet like incredible luck. Just ridiculous. In this game, it's so feast or famine. Like, it's the only game where you can have a run like this and be mad and be like, can you just give me like 2 of these items on my next run instead of consolidating them all right here, please? Bob's Rotten Head. Trashed here. Still have no idea what that's supposed to mean. The weird delirium effect there. Nothing. Again, a card could be perfect for us, but it's hard to imagine something much better than an Alges rune with double the usefulness. And I still don't think we've taken 2 damage, and we're on the Delirium floor now, which has a name. There we go, we took 1, so now I'd be in a delicate situation, but in advance, I think that was the first damage we had taken right there. Okay. Poison bombs. I have to imagine that we didn't even pick it up. I thought we did, but I have to imagine. I mean, I'm Drowsy is great as well. They're both top tier. I have to imagine that the poison is probably a relatively minor aspect of our ability to deal damage right now. Just pop up so a fly can kill you in a like microsecond. Thank you. We're already kind of tiny. We're like slipping between the pills here to make sure we don't pick up something accidentally. So I never have 100% confidence going into a Delirium fight. If I ever said I did, you know, there's a certain sense of that probably being false bravado, dare I say. There's our second bit of damage, unfortunately. But feel real good about this one. I'm not even going to use Book of Belial. I don't even see the enemy some of the time, but dude, the damage is actually ridiculous. It's gonna be one of those Isaac episodes that's like 10 times larger in file size than any of the other ones. And I love it for it. Thank you for watching. This is a great one. Really smooth. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.